little quick update. I've been working a lot of hours, so I haven't really had a lot of time to do any fishing or videos or anything. So I want to give you a couple of updates on some things that I'm messing with that I'm not 100% sold on, but it's where I'm at right now. Some recent ads that have been done to the kayak. Number one is stand-up assist, K-rail or H-rail K, whatever. All right, that's a pretty cool little deal. It's mounted there and there. Pull the pins, lay it down. It lays right down. You can get your bow hatch open. All of that. The second thing is I was looking at the Hobie. Let me break in right here. I've got like 12 different things going on in my head, as usual. Today would have been my dad's birthday, September 6th. And thinking about him quite a bit right now today. He would have probably dug this just because of the coolness of it, the whole getting out in nature, but he was not much on fishing. So anyways, a couple of different mods that I've made is those are just accessory mounts right there if you look at them, and they're mounted to these boat boxes, and I've turned these into outside mounted tackle boxes, plastic stuff like that in there, used lures, things that I've that's to clean the contacts on the Lowrance right there. Separate one for myself, I assure you. Anyways, these are lures that have been used, and just I've got to go through and get them back where they go, but that's a great place to just drop them. And it mounts, like I said, right there. Those are accessory mounts bolted through the side with a couple of washers. It's not as strong as I would like. I'm thinking I might need to get two more, or just mount a hard piece of plastic or aluminum across it to stiffen it up a little bit more. Maybe put some rubber bumper there so it's not rubbing against the boat. But this is my first Pro Angler 14, so there's a lot of things that you learn about them and beat them up, and I'm in a saltwater marsh fishery mostly, so it's getting kind of scuffed up on the side, so it's not going to remain perfect forever. But I put one on each side, and what that does, it doesn't look like it right now because the drive is not in and my waterproof box isn't up under the seat, but it frees up a lot of floor space, a lot of real estate inside the kayak. The second thing I did is I've been concerned about being out on the water and visibility, stuff like that. Now the thing is a bright yellow orange, but you still are supposed to have some kind of flag or marker. So what I did is I've got that, and basically what that is I bought a Shakespeare 12-foot antenna, okay, and just unscrewed the 4-foot section and yanked all the guts for the antenna part of it out, and I just have my flag up on top of it. $20, and that was flagged off of something else. I think it was like $5 at Walmart, and just mounted it on top of there. Works like a charm. Now it's temporarily just mounted on the back of my fishing crate, and on the other side of it is a piece of plastic, so it's bolted pretty steady. It's not going anywhere. The reason for this is I want to be able to get the mounts that you can unlock and lay the whole thing down and just leave it screwed on. Nobody around here has any of them. Stainless steel, nylon, nothing. So I'm waiting for those to come back in stock. What I'm really seriously gonna do is I'm really considering adding another piece of H-rail along the sides here, on both sides, and that will allow me to do some other mounting with the accessory clips and stuff like that. But I want to put the 4-foot section on one side and have the 360 light on it, and have that on the other, like back here on a rail, for the flag, the 4-foot with the light over here, and back to the back and just out of the way, and then just be able to fold them down instead of having to unscrew them and disconnect them. So safety, safety, safety. That's the way it sets right now. This thing's a beast. Quick story, I was out the other day, and sometimes when you're in one of the rivers around here, the current is really, really strong, but it looks really like it's going the other way with the wind, a little bit of chop, and it'll actually create a lot of drag on your flippers, on your drive. And so I was paddling around, I was like, son of a gun, this thing is not moving. Yesterday I was going 3 miles an hour with half the effort, blah, 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 blah. All anecdotal, no proof of any of it, but I just knew that this thing, maybe it broke my drive, maybe this, maybe that. So I was just not real super happy, and was only out for a couple hours, and came back in and was getting ready to, I came up on the ramp and beached it up on the ramp and started pulling it up so that it wouldn't float away, so I could, move all this stuff off, so I could lay it over on its side and put the wheels in. And as I pulled it up on the ramp, it rolled right back out in the water. I'm like, what in the hell? And everybody on the fishing dock, which is just right there, and this is the boat ramp you've seen in a lot of my videos. Today, by the way, I'm going to be using soft plastics and live bait. So we'll see. And I've got a couple surface things. But anyways, all the people sitting over there on that ramp are like, wow, that's cool. You don't even have to put wheels on it. Just like, yeah, it's really cool, huh? Yeah, you're not supposed to leave the wheels under it like that. So those wheels, were hanging underneath the boat the entire time, stuck up through those scuppers, and creating all the drag so that the boat would not move hardly at all when I was kicking it. From that angle, you can see how wide the kayak is. Okay, this thing is a freaking monster. You don't realize how big it is until you're, next to it. And a couple of things. There's a lot of people that always just stop me. Oh wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I'm like, no, I did without for a lot of years, and bought this thing, and I am blessed. I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. God richly blessed me to get that, and it's been a kick in the pants. It's been one of the coolest things I've ever owned, besides my dually. Dually and it are kind of neck and neck. I hate to say that, a diesel dually and this. So that's one thing, is that I get, if you're paranoid, this ain't the thing for you, because people stare at you. So the other thing is I'm really leery about talking about things, if you're a Hobie owner, you know how much things cost, okay? But if you're not, starting to throw dollar amounts out, it's almost like you're bragging, and I have no reason to brag about anything, because I've just been extremely blessed. It's not like I did anything really to deserve it. So that's why I haven't said too much about how much everything costs to do all this stuff to it. But I just want to point out that the stand-up bar is kind of pricey, and those wheels, those are $175. And it was just through the grace of God that they didn't come back out through the scupper holes, that they're buoyant enough that they stayed pushed up under the hull of the kayak, and the kayak was pushing them down, and they were stuck up into the scupper holes like that, so they stayed. And I would have been devastated if I'd have lost, just out of sheer negligence and stupidity on my part, a blessing that I've got that, had cost $175. And it's one of those things that you really got to have to get in and out of the water around this area. So I'm going to see if I can't go ahead and just post this one on YouTube and Facebook, and I'll go from there. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and I'll probably post some fish catching videos. Bye.